What's up guys, Alchemist here and welcome back to the channel. You might be wondering why the video is titled Remember the Name. This is a series I'm starting over to shine light on the more forgotten stars of the NBA past that I know deserves not only more respect but more recognition as well. If you don't mind, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment your opinions as it teaches me what my audience wants more or less of. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Josh Smith. Also known as J Smooth, Smith was a star power forward for the Atlanta Hawks in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Smith was mainly known for his athleticism, size, and defense coming into the league. Along with him being 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, Smith was often compared to a young LeBron James in those times. Throughout Smith's career, he averaged 14.5 points per game, 7.4 rebounds on 45% from the field, and 28% from 3. Probably looking at these numbers thinking that this guy wasn't a star, but he was. Throughout Smith's prime, 2006 to 2013, he can give you a good 16 to 20 points, 8 rebounds, a block and a half, and a steal a game. So did I mention that he will be locking up the opposing team's best player while doing that? Insane. Now we're going to take a moment and look at Smith's offensive game. Smith's offensive game mainly revolved around fast breaks, mid-ranges, and drives to the rim. That, along with his amazing athleticism and his defense, led to him gaining some awards like NBA Slam Dunk Champion in 2005, the All-Rookie Second Team in 2005, and the All-Defensive Second Team in 2010. Then we're going to look at Smith's playoffs per game averages. His career playoff averages look like 14.6 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, 1.5 blocks per game on 42% from the field and 27% from 3. Smith's bad field goal in the playoffs is due to his inconsistent shot, the teams that Atlanta had to face in the playoffs, and lack of talent Atlanta had around Smith and Joe Johnson. Now I think it's a great time to lead into the what happened part of the video. Inconsistent jumper. Smith, aged in the league, decided to take more jumpers and try to expand his perimeter game out more. The only thing is that he was inconsistent with them. Games that looked like he'll take a bunch of shots and just pray that they go in. It's like if you went to a test without studying and prayed you get the answers right. Westbrook might be the best current day example of what Smith was doing more than a decade ago. The fact that they take more jumpers than they should with their playstyle. If Smith only improved his jump shot, he probably would have been one of the greats. But no, he opted to take more shots and hope they went in. And this is only one of the things that led to his downfall. Subpar teams. During Smith's prime, Smith never played with a superstar, nor was a superstar during his prime. Joe Johnson was the other star in the team, but he wasn't no Kawhi or Kobe. With teams like the Celtics, Pistons, Nets, and Cavs in the late 2000s, it was not going to work without a third star. Instead of trading for or signing a new star, Atlanta remained mediocre for 7 years until Smith decided to leave. His ego. Smith's ego was huge during his prime, to say the least. The fact that he would rather chuck up perimeter shots rather than pass up to his teammates is ridiculous. I know he and ISO Joe were the main stars of the team, but teamwork makes the dream work, just as the 2014 Spurs, 2015 Warriors, and so on. The dream definitely didn't work in Atlanta, as they struggled to even make it out the first round during Smith's prime. The aftermath. After Smith's days were over in Atlanta, in the 2013-2014 season, he was offered a bag from Detroit for 4 years, $54 million. Smith, being a human being, he took the bag and he ran with it. Literally. The Pistons had two young up-and-coming big men at the time in Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, so they decided to move Smith to the small forward position, a position he hasn't played full-time since his first 3 years in the league. So with a starting lineup of Brandon Jennings, KCP, Josh Smith, Greg Monroe, and Andre Drummond, the Pistons finished 29 and 53. The Pistons this season only had 2 shooters in the starting lineup because Josh Smith, Andre Drummond, and Greg Monroe can't shoot for shit. But I digress. Smith this season averaged 16 points, 7 rebounds on 41% from the field and 26% from 3. The Pistons that season really had Josh Smith playing on the perimeter a lot more than he should have. But to be fair, the team's downfall was not Smith's fault, but Joe Dumars for thinking that he can build a contender with 3 big men in the starting lineup that can't stretch the floor. So after 1.5 seasons of 3-man 1 paint, they decided to release Josh Smith in 2014. The Pistons that season would have been way better off if they signed a small forward that can actually shoot. And this next part is going to look at a little bit of a more revival part of his career. Smith's Rockets resurgence. Smith in Houston was different. He was playing behind Montes Montehunas and Terrence Jones as a power forward. He looked like he belonged there. He really bought into his role as a third string power forward with limited shots and turned out well, as he averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds on 44% from field and 33% from 3. But his real improvement wasn't on full display until the 2015 playoffs, where in the first round against the Dallas Mavericks, Smith averaged 17 points, 6 rebounds, 50% from the field, 39% from 3 on 25 minutes per night. The series really showed his new and improved perimeter jump shot in limited minutes. In the second round, I think we all remember what happened. But to sum it up, Clippers up 3-1, Rockets pushed to make it Game 7, Smith and Brewer finished them off with jump shots. After that series, Smith continued to play well until they lost to the Warriors in 5 games. After the season, he went to the Clippers and he got traded back to the Rockets. He went to China for a year, then he signed with the Pelicans in 2018, but he got released after 3 games. And that's all his notable achievements since he left the Hawks. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, like and comment your opinions down below as it helps me improve my content. Anyways, this is The Alchemist and signing out.